Hi, my name is Helen MacKinnon and I'm the administrator for Perth Festival of the Arts. I'm also a composer and I live and work in the beautiful city of Perth. I first got involved in the festival in 2016. The festival commissioned me to write a piece of choral music for our annual festival service in St John's Kirk of Perth. And then I was invited to join the committee for a couple of years. As well as music, I have a marketing background, so I brought that into the team. And then in 2018, Sandra Ralston, who was our very long-standing festival administrator, Sandra administered 22 festivals. Sandra moved on and I had the opportunity to be considered for the position, and that's been me for the past 20 months, I think now. I was just 8 years old. I had just started learning the violin. I had the chance to go to the festival, to Perth City Hall at the time, and play with a professional orchestra. And my mum tells me that it was the Halley Orchestra. We were allowed to get our instruments out in our seat and play along with the orchestra, which, you know, as a beginner violinist, it was my first taste of orchestral music. It's stayed with me for decades and has led to a lifetime of loving orchestral music and orchestral playing. So the organisation of the festival takes at least a year, if not a bit more. We're out and about, going to concerts and events, reviewing artists, speaking to agents. There's a lot of work that goes into finding those artists or those productions that would be right for our programme each year. From autumn time, we start fundraising, so we could not deliver the festival without the amazing support that we get from funders and donors and individual sponsors. Then as we're getting into the winter, we're really looking at our visual brands. We're working with Jill Calder, who does our artwork, Flint River, who do our graphic design, and starting to gear up for a brochure being ready. And then into February, March, it is sales and marketing for a number of months, and then logistics. So many logistics when we get to delivery time. So it's a good thing that I love a spreadsheet. I think instinctively I'd have to mention Tenebrae's Russian Treasures programme that they performed in 2017 in St John's Kirk. It was just the most breathtaking couple of hours of my life, and I will remember it forever. Exquisite. I had a lovely long conversation with Ingrid Gardner, who brought her play Eleanors Story to our festival last year. This was based on her grandmother's best-selling memoirs of her grand's own story of her life as a young American girl in Nazi Germany during World War II. So her family were en route to Germany for a new life halfway across the Atlantic when war broke out. The play is the story of those early years for her grandmother. Ingrid is just such a talented woman, and went to see the sequel in Edinburgh last year, and we, without a doubt, will have Ingrid back at the festival in the future. Number 1, yoga. I've been doing daily yoga, which is keeping me fit, keeping me strong, and it's definitely keeping me relaxed. Number 2, baking. I'm not a baker, and pre-lockdown, the last time I baked was what we affectionately refer to as the incinerated pancake incident of 2011. However, I was inspired to try my hand at baking thanks to this little book here, the Hummingbird Bakery Cookbook, and I made banana cake, which turned out amazingly well, so much so that I've just made a second one. So that's 2 giant banana cakes in a week. So it's a good thing I've got the yoga. And number 3 has been actually working on my violin playing, which is incredibly rusty after a very long break from playing. I've been doing Nicola Benedetti's online tutorials, particularly around my vibrato, which, although it's painstaking to hear myself practice it, I think I'm getting there. So really worthwhile if you are a violinist and need just a little bit of time out to go back to basics. This is a really great resource. So I've been really quite busy with a couple of projects at the moment. I've just finished a wind ensemble commission and I'm now working on a new choral work for choir, strings and timpani. It's been a really interesting time to write music. Life at the moment has this bizarre stillness around it, this space that we don't normally get and probably will never have again. But that is also surrounded by a lot of uncertainty, anxiety, change. It's a very unusual time, but with that also creates room, I think, for inspiration. So I can see the impact of this time coming through in the music that I'm writing. The festival has so much heart. So everybody who's involved, from the committee members who are so passionate about the arts, to the artists who bring their absolute best, to the young people we work with, our funders and sponsors, our partners, everybody who's involved in it is really committed to a high quality festival and getting it right and getting the best for each festival and for our audiences. And it gives it a lot of heart. That is a no-brainer for me, singing. Speaking is so overrated. When I was a student, we had operatic nights in our flat where we would have conversation but all sung. So you'd be asking to pass the salt please over dinner in song. It was really good fun. Maybe it takes a special person to really appreciate that.